Hey everybody, this is Mr. Horton with a series of video backup lessons for Studio Art 1, Studio Art 2, and film appreciation and cinematography. Verney Arts, Iona Prep. Okay, so here we are back with the part 2 video of the third project grade for 1 point perspective. In the last video, we drew out art class over a horizon line and vanishing point centered in a triangular formation. We are now going to put this whole thing into perspective. We are going to start with the upper 3 letters. So I'm just going to zoom in here. All right, so first step, I'm going to go to the A, the R, and the T. And I'm going to do from just the bottoms, I'm going to do a bunch of lines that all go to the vanishing point. So you'll notice my ruler's locked to the dot, and I'm just kind of going to every bottom corner, and I'm just drawing a line that goes to the vanishing point. They all converge at the vanishing point. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines that all converge at the vanishing point just from the bottom ends of all the letters. Now I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to bring it up against the bottom of the letters, A-R-T, and I'm going to drop it a little bit to my desired width. And I'm going to draw in, horizontal lines going across each of the planes, kind of like that. And I'm going to erase my excess. Okay, so we did this, and now the reason why we did this first is this is going to establish the depth for each of the letters, so we can get a universal depth for everything going all around. All right, so going back to the A, finishing this off, we're going to go to every other change in direction to the dot. We have 1, we have 2, and then the third is actually inside the hole of the A. So I'm going to go from the inside lower corner to the dot. I'm going to go from the hole in the A, the upper left-hand corner, to the dot. I'm going to go from the upper right-hand corner of the hole of the A to the dot. Okay, these all converge at the dot. Now going from this corner, I'm going to mimic the forward shape, which is a straight vertical line. I'm going to go from that corner straight up. I'm going to go from this corner straight up, again, because this is a vertical. Now, horizontal. So from where this touches, I'm going to go horizontally across. All right. I'm going to erase a little bit just to clean this up. So it looks like this. I'm going to erase my excess over here. Looks like that. And there we go. There's my A in 1 point perspective. I'm going to color in a bunch of the planes. So there's the A in 1 point. Let's go to the T. So from the T, we're looking at an additional 1, 2, 3, 4 lines to the dot. So starting at the top left of the hole, going to the dot. The one right below that, going to the dot. The one in the corner, to the dot, and the one on the other side underneath to the dot. Okay. From this corner, we are going vertical, horizontal, vertical due to the forward plane. Vertical, stop. Horizontal, stop. Vertical, stop. Color in. Color in. I'm going to erase my excess. Now, this is subtle. Right here, this horizontal line. I'm going to continue it lightly behind the T. And wherever this pops out, that's going to be the cutoff over here, meaning the horizontal cutoff. You might not even see it. Erase, erase, color that in. There's my T in 1 point perspective. Okay, now going on to the R. The R has 2 more guidelines to the dot, the inner here and right here. So we're going to go from the inside leg right here to the dot. We're going to go from this corner over here to the dot. Now, if you're really eagle-eyed, you'll notice that there are 2 extra guidelines from the inside top corners of the hole of the R. If I put these in, you'll notice that they're very, very thin. Like you could barely see these. There they are. Okay. So from right here, I'm going to come up vertically. I'm going to stop at the guideline, and then I'm going to go diagonally over to the other corner. Okay? I'm going to erase my excess. I'm going to color in my planes a little bit. Okay, now I have to look at the width of this on the T, or this on the A, okay? And I have to kind of look at the distance between these lines, and I have to go to this part of the R and kind of gauge that distance as best I can and draw in a horizontal line wherever I think that is, and I'm gonna color in the rest. I'm gonna erase, and I'm gonna color in the entire top plane of the inside of the R, and there is my R in 1 point perspective. Okay? So same deal with the lower CLASS. Okay? We're going to go to the top corners of each of the letters. We're going to do 1 to the dot. We're going to go 2 to the dot. Lines to the dot from 5 letters, all the top corners. Now, same deal. I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to lock it into the top of the letters. Then I'm going to lift it off to give myself a universal depth per each of these letters. Now, starting at the C, I'm going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 across the 5 letters. Okay, and then I'm going to erase any excess that I see coming off of that. Okay, returning to the C and the L, okay? We're gonna go from every change in direction on both of those letters to the dot. So from right here on the C, from the lower 2 prongs, 1, 2, and from the inside 3, from the L, 1, 2, 3. All these lines go to the dot. So 3 from the C, 3 from the L. I'm sorry, 4 from the C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 from the L. Okay? Close-offs. Let's start with the L because it's easier than the C is. We're looking at a vertical, horizontal, vertical. So starting from the top corner, we're going to go vertically down, stop at the guideline. I'm going to come horizontally across, stop at the next guideline, and go vertically down and stop at the final guideline. I'm going to erase my excess. I'm going to color in my planes. There we go. There's an L in 1 point perspective. Now the C, okay? From the corner here, I'm going to come down, but you'll notice on mine, it's behind the L, okay? So I kind of have to estimate down here where this would have ended if I could see it. Because from this corner, this imaginary corner, which is behind the L, this is where I have to start the horizontal line going across and then the vertical line going up. It's from this corner. Again, it dictates it comes down, touches. Right? I'm going to erase this. I'm going to erase my excess. Okay, there's the C, there's the L in 1 point perspective. Now the A. The A is super easy. We don't really have much to do to it. It's too close. So we're looking at the width right here. And we're going to go in the middle of the hole, and we're going to just kind of estimate that width, starting at the bottom, going up. It's going to be equal kind of to this width. And we're going to just kind of leave it. There you go. That's it. It's kind of it, the one line, because it's right under the dot. The S's. We're going to go from every change in direction on the S's to the dot. So we're going to have one here. We're going to have one here. We're going to have one here. And then it's going to be the same exact thing on the right S. We're going to have one there. We're going to have one here, and we're going to have one here. You might have another guideline from right here, depending on how open the triangle is that you used, but on mine it doesn't exist because it's actually in sync with the diagonal line I used for the S itself, okay? Starting from the upper corner, all I'm going to do is match the front. So I got a vertical, skip a spot, and a vertical. So I have a vertical, skip a spot, and a vertical. Same thing in the other one. Vertical, skip a spot, vertical. I'm going to erase my excess. I'm going to color in my planes. And I'm going to get my final line in, which is just this horizontal line from the corner. horizontal, and horizontal. And just like that, we have our project, which is writing out art class in 1 point perspective. This is bugging me a little bit up here. Might as well change it. There should be a little window right here. You don't need to put this in, but there we go. That looks better. Okay. There it is, art class in 1 point perspective. Make sure all of your letters are clean. Make sure all of the erasing on the page has happened. I don't want to see the guidelines going back into nothingness. Make sure, again, everything is just all pristine in the same darkness level. And make sure the perspective is correct, okay? Take a picture of this. You're going to submit it to Classroom. It counts for 100 points. It is our third big project grade. Remember, there is no subjectivity in this project, so you cannot argue artistic expression. It's either you do it like this or it's flat wrong. Okay, if you have any questions, email me, please. And yeah, that's it. Good luck. If you have any questions about the assignment, email me or refer to the project on Google Classroom. See you in class.